What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sip Off, where we have drinks and talk all things basketball. We got a jam-packed show for you tonight, but first, let me go ahead and get a few people in the studio on with us. We got Jahan Phillips, my co-host. What's up, Jahan?
What up, though? What up, though?
How's your week been?
Busy but productive. Yours?
You say that every week, literally.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You know?
What are you drinking tonight? Tell the people what you're drinking.
A little bit of a classic on this show, some non-loco.
And we always do that around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you know, this for you, my number one.
All right. A mess. Let me see if Anthony's in here. I don't know if he's in here yet. No. Okay. All right.
No.
He's late.
No. There's a man down.
Okay. No, another man down. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring my guests on. We got Will Vogel. What's up, Will?
What's up, the hosts with the mosts?
Oh, well, thank you.
What up, Will?
What it do?
Really? He's coming at Anthony with that comment.
My man on one. He bobbing the Ritz-Carlton already.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got James Shiesty in the building as well. What's up, James?
Shiesty. Smoking that Ben Simmons pack. That's what I'm doing.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Damn mess. I know you're happy today, eh?
Oh, for sure. For sure I am.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next guest. We got Cool McCain. What's up, Cool?
What it do, y'all? What it do?
How are you?
Can't complain. I see somebody got the T.I. lean on that Tar Heels hat.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All
right, guys. We got somebody making a comeback. He has not been here in a minute. He is Mr. Phone Issues himself, Joseph Jenkins. What's up, honey?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Joseph Jenkins back in the building.
Right.
I can hear you. It's great to be back. It is great to be back. I appreciate this.
My boy hit the Birdman. My boy hit the Birdman, yo. He was like
rolling snakes.
Hey man, we got Jay Shiesty that made his return a few weeks ago. We got Joseph over here back in the game. Big things.
And actually, we got some more estrogen in the building. We got Jen. What's up, Jen?
What up, Megan? How are you? Hey, Lil. Hey, Shiesty.
Jimmy Jen.
That's Uptown Shawty. Uptown
Shawty. What up?
Hey, that was my jam back in the day, back in college.
Right. It's the lady you know. And last but certainly not least, we got Eric Wilson. He came in for
What is good, everybody? Yo, Queen, thank you for having me back on this show, man. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am, excited to be with all y'all tonight, man. This is real right here.
Look, I thought it was going to be tough with Sixer fans. I thought you guys were going to end up having to move him in the offseason. It was starting to look rough. And then sure enough, James Harden saved the day. Who says that?
See you. Goodbye.
Never.
Time out.
Never.
We're going to get to that. Never mind. We're going to get to that.
Cool, though.
Cool. Did he save the day? Question mark.
Cool right there.
Who okay, so
I'm just
hell yeah, he saved the day. Hell yeah.
Well,
I'm just glad a professional athlete caught out Kyrie.
We're going to go around in clockwise. So you guys, we'll start with James. Tell me why you think Philly won the trade here.
Why did we win the trade?
Yes.
Because we got James Harden, a real superstar that's going to complement Joel Embiid and put us in a better position to win in exchange for a couple role players. And I am going to miss Seth Curry. I'm not going to lie. But Ben Simmons has not played a game. It's going to take time for him to get himself back in game shape before he even gets back on the floor. And the one thing that I really got to get off my chest about this trade is the fact that Ben Simmons put on a mental health facade in order to get away from facing the scrutiny. And that is extremely disrespectful to a lot of people that do struggle with mental health issues on the daily. So with that being said, I'm very happy with this trade. A lot of people need to give Daryl Morey some respect because everyone was getting on to him about saying, oh, you should have taken, scrubs and role players and stuff because his trade value is so low. Daryl said, nah, you know what? We're going to wait and see how this Damian Lillard situation plays out. And it played out. And he doesn't want to run from the grind. Good for Dame. But this James Harden thing ended up being a real thing that could happen. And it happened. And I got to give Daryl a lot of credit for getting the job done.
All right. Cool. What do you think?
Well, not too much more to say after that, but I'll say this. I think this trade was good for both teams. Definitely, I think Mr. Shiesty's already pointed out why it was beneficial to Philadelphia. I think when you look at the other side, they got some role players, some guys that can play. They got another guy that can play center. They got some draft picks that help with the future because they don't have money to sign anybody, really. So I think this was a good part from that point for Brooklyn. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people that I've seen are saying that Harden's not going to be a good fit in Philadelphia. We don't know that. If he plays the way that I think he will be able to play there, which is being more of a facilitator for that team, scoring when needed, of course, because James Harden is going to score points. But being a facilitator and being that common hand for Philadelphia, this could be a really big thing. This could help every single player on that team. Points, averages, things are going to shift as far as who's being focused on defense from the other team. So this could have a lot of really good effects in Philadelphia.
Okay. And just to chime in on that real quick, James Harden took over the one position. Him and Kyrie figured it out over there in Brooklyn. And I think we pretty much all agreed that they looked the best when Harden was at the one. So if that's what's needed from him in Philadelphia, why could it not work out the same way?
Absolutely.
All right,
Yep.
Joseph, your turn. Joseph frozen. Y'all, Mr. Phone Issues is having issues. All right, Jen. Jen, go ahead and
something wrong with
hit us with your thoughts on it.
When the dial my baby's number. I'm sorry, what?
No, I actually think it is a good trade. I applaud Harden for calling out one of the reasons he really wanted to leave.
Can you hear me?
Kyrie.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. Do you want to go? I can.
I can go after you because my little connection was messed up, but I'm back.
Okay. But I applaud him because, hey, dude, this is what you produced. Just saying. And no one has really called Kyrie out on a professional level for being crazy. And, Harden was much more diplomatic, but I don't play NBA, so therefore I can. But, yeah.
Time out. Can I interject real quick?
Mm-hmm.
What makes Kyrie crazy? Just ask.
Just the conspiracy theories
we ain't got no time
that
for
he espouses. I mean, let's just go with the big one. I mean, the man says the road is flat and the moon landing was fake. I mean,
people are entitled to their beliefs.
Look, no, they call him.
Well, there's a belief and then there's a fact.
When you're crazy, but you got money. That's the difference. You crazy, you just got money. So they use a different word. Eccentric. But yeah, he's crazy. He just got money.
He's crazy.
People entitled to their beliefs.
There's a belief and there's a fact. I believe in God.
The world is round.
The world is round.
No,
it's factual.
The world is a sphere. It's round.
Exactly.
Okay.
It ain't flat. It's not flat.
Right.
So I admire Harden for saying that.
Go ahead, Joseph.
So just to recap, it's what we think of the Sixers trade, and then how James Harden. I honestly like it, but I'm not sure Maxey and him are going to fit. Maxey prefers to have the ball, and he's at his best with the ball. So if you have him on the court and you have James Harden, how is that going to work if James wants to run the one? I think it's a good move because it's another scorer and another playmaker. So maybe while, the bench is coming in the game, you could have Harden on there. But I don't know because I've seen Maxey, and Maxey is a gunner. He needs the ball. He's a natural point guard. I don't see him being successful or meshing well if you have him playing off the ball. It's just why I'm not so sure if that's the case. And if you coming down to the playoffs and coming to crunch time, rotations are smaller, and you're going to need to have guys on the court. If Maxey's one of your guys that you need on the court, How's that going to work? Is Harden going to play off the ball and be okay with that? I don't know. And then the last thing is the mentally soft part that he just admitted in that article today. I'm not so sure how he's going to handle it if he starts to struggle or things go wrong and then people are getting on him. It might be another Ben Simmons 2.0 because he just admitted that he didn't like backlash.
Who is your connection still working? I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Oh,
JJ, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. First off, did you just say James Harden coming off the bench? Did I hear you say that?
No, I said
okay.
If he was playing with the bench, as in the bench guys are in there, maybe you put him at the one.
I just wanted to make sure I heard that properly, which is why I didn't say what I really wanted to say to you first, because I was like, wait, huh? Okay. I had to say that. So let me address your points. First off, I had to take the sunglasses off because I was like, I want to make sure everybody can see what I'm saying and understand. So let me get professional for a minute if I will, but I really can't because this has been going on since about 4:59. By the way,
cheers,
shout out to the Queen. This is some makers that she owed me from a bet that we had. So Megan Price to you, Queen. Thank you for this.
Absolutely.
Let's get to the matter at hand here. Okay, Ben Simmons is no longer in Philadelphia. You know what that means? That means the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and everybody in Philadelphia is happy right now. For a moment, we happy because you know what, JJ, you're right. We don't know what James Harden, how he's going to fit in with the 76ers. But I would never call him Ben Simmons 2.0 because, see, Ben Simmons is a guy who just gave up. I've never, in his entire career, seen James Harden give up. Now, he's quit. Don't get it twisted. He's quit. But he has quit when the situation does not only not benefit him, but does not make mentally and emotional sense to him. Okay? So, listen, you leave in Brooklyn and come into Philly. Medias are basically the same. We gonna hound you. We gonna dog you. We gonna do whatever we want to do because that's who we are. However, we ain't getting James Harden for the entire season. You recognize that, right? We getting James Harden for the second half of the season and the playoffs. You give me that,
and
James
all
Harden.
of next year because he just excited.
I'm not talking about next year. Next year is next year. I'm worried about today, present. Live in the moment, my brother. Tomorrow is a gift. Yesterday was a memory. Today is the present, and that's why it's a gift. I'm telling you this right now. James Harden, where he is at right now with Philadelphia, I'm book this right now. I don't care if it's Milwaukee. I don't care if it's Chicago. I don't care if it's Brooklyn itself. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Book it. And I want you to remember one thing. Do you know what happens 1 month exactly from today? Can anybody tell me what happens exactly 1 month from today?
March Madness.
The Brooklyn Nets come to Philly.
Oh, okay.
Watch what happens.
I think when I said Ben Simmons 2.0, I'm only specifically speaking on the fact of the matter is that the social media outrage or things that come from the public actually it matters to him. He admitted that it does matter to him.
And you know what? We all got mental issues that we need to deal with.
Right, but what I'm saying is
when you are, and I've always said this about an athlete, okay? I've always said this about them. Mm-hmm. When you are blessed to do what you love to do and get paid millions of dollars, there is a certain level of accountability that you need to take upon yourself. I do not knock anyone who has a mental issue or an emotional issue or physical or spiritual. I knock none of that. I want to find ways to support you because I want you at your best. So whatever needs to happen, James Harden needs to figure that out. But when you step on that court, I need you to be the guy. I need you to be the number one. Everybody else, wait your damn turn.
Right, but what I think I'm not correlating to mental issues. I'm correlating to just taking the heat if something goes bad, if things don't go well. If you don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you say live in the here and now. We don't know how he's going to fit in the here and now. We just know you acquired him. We don't know how he's going to work with this. For all we know, God forbid something happens, anything could happen. I'm not saying that it's not a possibility it could be good. I just don't know. I'm not ready to sit here and say Philadelphia is now the team to be and they'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals because I can't for sure, without a doubt, say that.
Okay, I got one thing, and then I will give it back to the host. Joel Embiid is having an MVP season.
Agree.
Okay, with the cast of characters that he has around him. Now, granted, Seth Curry gone. I'm gonna miss him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna straight up. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss old boy as well, because they added to the fabric of this team. But what is the one thing we know about James Harden? When he is on, that brother is lights out. I have watched James Harden single-handedly put up 50 on a team and was like, huh? Now, I don't need him to put up 50 because Joel's putting up 30, 12, and 12. So I don't need James Harden to deal with being the guy. I just need him to be. That's it. Be the guy on the court for me, because we didn't have that in Ben Simmons. And that's what I feel was missing. So now we got it, and that's why I'm saying, and yes, I'm biased. Look, I'm wearing a shirt. You can see it, boom, right here, straight up 76ers. Listen.
No, I felt it from the minute you started talking to me.
I'm just telling you. I don't care if it's Milwaukee. I don't care if it's Chicago. I don't care if it's Brooklyn. I don't care if it's Miami. Bring them all. Because now,
bring it.
Now, we want all that smoke.
Okay.
I ain't running from it.
All right, Will, what you got to say on the subject?
It's a good trade for Philadelphia. It's definitely good because it's going to take a lot of pressure off Joel Embiid. Harden will become more of a facilitator. He'll still get his own, but it's definitely going to help take the pressure off Joel Embiid, and he can facilitate to like Tobias Harris and those guys. But I think it was good for Philadelphia to get rid of Simmons because, like James said, that Simmons was using his health, saying, I'm not in physical form as a mental crutch, when people actually have mental crutches in like illnesses and other things, is kind of a pathetic excuse. So
Facts.
I personally think that it will definitely help Philadelphia become a better and more complete team, and I think the chemistry is going to be even better than it was. And Harden's still going to get his own points, but still, great trade. Happy for Philadelphia.
Just make sure Harden not reading. Just make sure Harden didn't have the same playoff performance as he did Game 7 when
And
Brooklyn lost.
why you got to do that? Why you got to do that, JJ?
And I agree.
why you gotta do
Okay,
that, JJ?
I remember when people used to ask me, like, how did I feel about getting DeMar for Kawhi? And this is a simple comparison. When you have a player that's refusing to play and you can get something in return, you do it. That's the thing. Like, you do it. It's already it's automatic win, because you're getting somebody that's going to actually at least show up. Now, he's not coming to practice. Y'all know James Harden is not coming to practice, but he will show up to the games.
Yes.
And one last thing real quick. I agree with Eric. You're getting the James Harden from now until the playoffs. That team is going to be scary come playoff time.
Anthony, can you hear me? Anthony.
AB.
Do a
AB,
shot.
hello. Hey, Alma.
Do a
Check
shot.
your battery. AB.
James Brown.
He's having
Is it my
connection
turn?
issues.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it. It's your
The
turn.
Nets absolutely won this trade.
Okay.
KD
Let's
is
go, Patty Mills.
KD is gonna win a ring. Thank you, KD. Thank you, KD. You know, one of my favorite players in the NBA is gonna win a ring this year.
One of your 1,000 favorites.
Yeah. 2,000 if you're asking. 2,000
Plus.
if you're asking. But anyhow, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Nets got a center, which they've been lacking. They've been lacking a big. They have been lacking a big. Drummond gives them that presence. Thank you, Drummond, for coming. They also finessed the 76ers. Finessed, absolutely.
For two picks. That was just extra. The
two first round picks. Hold on. Hold that thought, James. Hold that thought. 2 first round picks and Seth Curry. Regardless of what y'all say, he's a role player. He's this, he's that. Seth Curry is a 40+% free. I mean, 3-point shooter, 90+% free throw shooter, and he's a bucket. He is a bucket.
But Jahan, they did say the Seth Curry loss, it hurt. They did say it was a lot.
Yes.
First of all,
hold on.
However,
I'm choked up.
The most underrated aspect to me, they kept Patty Mills.
I'm telling you.
That has been the most underrated aspect of this whole trade. They managed to get all of this from Philadelphia and keep Patty Mills.
Good point.
Can I say one thing real quick? I just want to say one thing.
Cool, you then, and then Anthony.
Go ahead.
All right, so I just want to say, for Jahan to say, if my one of my favorite players is going to get a ring, Jahan has favorite players on every team. So any team that wins the championship, there's a favorite player that Jahan has is going to win a ring. I'm just saying.
As long as DeJounte on the Spurs, it's fine.
First of all,
I don't like no Spurs.
You deserve.
He gotta have some about every team. He can't help himself.
In the boot.
He got some about every team.
I don't like no Spurs.
That's a Texas-sized boot right there. Are you serious?
I'm just saying. My favorite Spur went to the WNBA.
Okay. I did that.
Okay.
I did that.
I like
she one of my favorite Spurs too. I did that.
Okay, she my boo. She my honey.
Okay, Anthony.
You can't you can't overlook the fact that Philly really didn't lose much. They wasn't getting nothing from Ben Simmons. They still kept Tyrese Maxey, bro. They still got Tyrese Maxey and Thibault, bro.
And Tobias
both
Harris.
of them, bro.
Okay.
And they still got Harris, bro. They didn't lose. They wasn't getting none from Simmons, and they lost Steph Curry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to Jalen Green soon. I got you, my boy.
But we like Jalen Green.
May I also say something?
Go ahead.
Don't forget who owns the 76ers. No trade is getting past Ruben without like that man knows what he's doing. Yes, Seth Curry is a huge loss. He's a Curry for crying out loud.
Little baby gonna be at all the Sixer
They
games.
all learned from the original Hornets. Let's not forget their lineage, okay? That being said, Ruben ain't no fool. He built a company literally from ground up.
Two versus foolish.
You gotta let it talk, Jahan. You gotta
No,
let
it's
it
It was
not.
stupid.
No,
but
it's not.
They may not need it. And keep in mind, where were the 76ers 5 years ago? Right?
Trust the process.
They still
I
got
don't want to
Embiid,
hear
bro.
that phrase ever again. If I hear that phrase, somebody might get hurt.
But
But
here's the thing. What I think a lot of this is getting
Okay,
lost.
we gotta jump off the Sixers because there was a ton more trades, and we're like 25 minutes in. We've been on the Sixers.
oh,
So
sorry.
congratulations, y'all got rid of Ben Simmons. Congratulations. This is like a Cowboys segment or something.
Thank you.
I get you,
Amen.
Megan. Just
Thank
curious
you,
if they would have felt this way if Ben was healthy.
Okay, so CJ McCollum went to New Orleans, and they ended up picking up Josh Hart and a couple of bums. What do y'all feel about what's going on with CJ McCollum?
I want to give CJ
Who's
McCollum
starting?
a
Is
hug.
it James? And then
I
how we
just want
doing?
to give CJ McCullough a hug because this man has done everything that is asked of him and then some. He played alongside Dame. Portland was continually a team that, we always thought was just maybe a key player or two away. I feel for him. I really do.
Okay. All right, James, you want to start us off?
To be honest, I just want to say that the Blazers are a dysfunctional organization that Damian Lillard should have already been left. And this is just showing even more how dysfunctional they are. They have pretty much blown up their whole team outside of just this trade. So losing CJ McCollum is just the icing on the cake for that team.
Okay.
So they're going into completely rebuilding mode right now. I think it's a good pickup for the Pelicans, who got off to a really bad start to start the season, but started to play a lot better recently. Adding him to the mix with, Brandon Ingram and Jackson Hayes and their young players that they have there, and they don't even have Zion. When they can get Zion back at some point, I think there'll be a good team that's young and on the rise to be really good. So, yeah, I think it's a good move by New Orleans to get this trade done, and I think the Portland Trail Blazers are a complete dumpster fire, and it's not going to change anytime soon.
And we got to chime in on what Jay said real quick. The G League Portland team beat the Lakers last night. Westbrook walked over to LeBron and AD, and he was like, "Hey guys, I wish I could have helped, but I wasn't in the game." And they both looked like they wanted to tackle him. So everybody in the Lakers organization just needs to reevaluate their entire lives. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody. Anyway, okay, cool. Go ahead. Portland.
So for me, I agree with James. Obviously, Portland is blowing it up. Do the right thing. Let Dame go somewhere when he's healthy next year. Obviously, he's probably out for the rest of this season. But when he gets back, let him go somewhere where he can actually try to win. He's been loyal to you. He stayed when he really shouldn't have, and I'm surprised he did stay. But let him go. Let him go somewhere. Get some pieces for him. Probably draft picks. Go ahead and just go to Oklahoma City route. Blow it all up. Get you like 80 draft picks in the first round and see what you can make happen.
Okay.
And of course, CJ McCollum is going to make the Pelicans better. I mean, it's clear.
Yeah. Right. I agree. I mean, they've had a huge hole from losing Lonzo Ball last season. They need somebody that can facilitate the ball. CJ McCollum's going to come over and do that, and he's going to hang threes right along with Brandon Ingram. All right, Joseph, tell us what you think about this trade between CJ McCollum and the Pelicans, Josh Hart, and a couple of no-names.
CJ should have knew he was out once Anthony Simmons kind of took off.
Anthony
that's
did.
big. Let's be real. That's
Okay.
why he's gone.
Good point.
And I honestly think we can't sit here and say that they're a dumpster fire because Anthony Simmons can play. Anthony Simmons can get you 30 points if you need be. He's a good three-point shooter, and he can attack the basket. So I don't think trading CJ McCollum is necessarily meaning Portland is just full-blown done or whatever. I think they see that they're going to try it a different way because CJ and Dame, they maxed out. They was never going to get back to that same point, especially with the teams in the West. So they see Anthony Simmons, a young player, more affordable. So let's see if we can work with him and send out CJ. Now, CJ went to a team. I don't really know what to make of Zion anymore. I don't even really know what to make of his weight situation. Is he coming back? Is he going to be able to play? Is he not? I do think CJ's in a better situation because he is with the Pelicans, but I don't know really how much I'm going to put them on a pedestal of being in the pathway to be even better. I don't see them making a significant jump from this year to a contender now or even a play-in team. I just don't see it. I think in the future they could be like a middle tier type team, like 7-8 seed, but I don't think this makes them that much better.
Okay. I think you brought up some really good points. Anthony Simmons has been balling over there, and he's 22 years old. You know what I mean? That's the future of your team right there. Dane, CJ, they're older than him. Not necessarily. We don't know if he's going to be to that same caliber, but Anthony Simmons is balling for a fact. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and add in Tyler. He's joining us. He's going to round it out for the sip-off tonight, hopefully. I think he was having connection issues, too. Yeah, I need to switch to AT&T.
Bruh.
I got Verizon 5G. What?
Okay.
Yeah, go with Verizon.
You got
Okay,
Verizon. He got the best.
Next.
He got the best.
Okay, Jen, it's on you, and I'm trying to decide, am I going to pour this out? Are we going to pour this out for CJ McCollum or Dame, or am I just going to pour it in my mouth?
You're going to pour it in your mouth for it because you know what? McCollum actually was in the trade talks on where he was going to go, according to ESPN and the interview they did with him. And he and his wife and the front office had been having lengthy conversations for several weeks about where he wanted to go. Now, with your question about Zion, I'm just saying another Duke product. Apparently, he's a lot more well-grounded. Go Heels, baby. Just saying.
Okay.
Our Heels
might drop on that.
Our Heels NBA players tend to have more longevity in the NBA than, at least recently, than Duke players. One and done.
Okay, look,
don't
there's like 6 of y'all Tar Heels on the panel. There's like 6 of y'all. Y'all cannot gang up on us like that.
Yeah, we can.
Are you a Duke fan? Are you a Duke fan, Megan?
No, I'm a Texas fan.
Okay.
Texas.
That's
Texas,
what I thought.
Texas.
I thought you were
Welcome.
Longhorn.
Jen, I'm glad you're in the ACC with the. I'm used to being ACC. I'm a Terp fan, but no longer in the ACC anymore. But
That's true. Y'all left us a while ago.
I'm sad about
Okay,
that.
Eric, what do you feel? What do you feel about CJ? What he has going on, and what Portland's doing?
I listen. I can't. I have to agree with JT and my man. Cool, man. Blow it up. Move on. Figure it out. Because for so long, this team they haven't lived up to the expectation. You know what? Do what you got to do and figure it out. Because if you don't, Portland's not going to have a team anymore. They're not going to have a franchise. You know what I'm saying? They're going to move to South Dakota and be somebody else. You know, I just
bring back the Sonics.
Things need to change.
Seattle.
In Portland. Well, Seattle, yeah, you can bring the Sonics back, but whatever. It's just if they don't figure it out quick, fast, and in a hurry, you already know. If the money ain't there, they're going to ship them somewhere else.
All right, Will, go ahead and talk to us about what you think.
What I think is, I agree with James, Cool, and Eric. Portland's not a good place to be right now, and I get it. Dame said, "Oh, I want to stay loyal through thick and thin." Well, if you want to stay there, you're never going to win a title. No offense, it's going to be hard. I know you got Anthony Simmons, like JJ said, but like he's a great young player. But one young guy in Dame doesn't make a whole championship roster. CJ McCollum is playing now with CJ, Brandon Ingram, who's a really good young player who's getting better and better. He's really good at shooting. He's a good scorer. He's not the greatest, I'm saying, but he's a good player, consistent player. And if you could get Zion eventually back down to his normal weight or get him to build muscle or get healthy and stuff, that team could be pretty good, like a bottom seed in the West. But Dame, if I'm you, I go somewhere else. Just say, I'm not happy with this situation right now. You traded one of my best friends, probably. I'm guessing it's one of his best friends. And they hit their ceiling in the playoffs. Whenever it was Dame and CJ, they didn't advance far. Like, they were always like a wing scorer, a center away. It was always Dame and CJ carrying the load. And eventually it tired them out and they couldn't advance any further. So, yeah, blow it up, Portland.
I think the best that we saw them was probably in the bubble when they were talking trash to them, saying, "Oh, they ain't shit," and they ended up beating that team and coming back to the first round of the playoffs, and that's the furthest they've been. And it's
it's just
if I'm they lost to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm. No, they didn't.
They lost to the Pelicans.
Yes, they did. Yeah. They played the Warriors in the conference finals.
The Warriors in the Western Conference.
Oh, you're right.
What year?
Oh, okay. In the bubble?
No.
Not in the bubble. It was before then.
17 or 16?
So
it was like 17 or 18.
The KD's last year. The last
so we're 4 to 5 seasons removed from what we're talking about, though. 4 to 5 seasons removed from what they haven't done anything in 4 to 5 seasons.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Okay. They haven't done anything major in 4 to 5 years, and it's just been a continuous
2019.
Early.
So it was 2019. Okay, it was 2019.
Okay. Well, that's not too horrible.
That's like 2 years ago. Well, yeah.
But Portland hit their ceiling there. It was done after that. I didn't expect them to go any further than that.
Okay, let's talk Clippers real quick because Anthony's here. He's not looking at the screen. He said, "Who?" We saw the Clippers make a few moves. They actually picked up, and this is why I'm picked the Clippers because they picked up some of the blow up from Portland. They picked up Norman Powell and Robert Covington.
Good signings.
Yeah, they were basically the next best options besides Nurkic, Dame, and CJ. And we know Nurkic is hella injured all the time. So, they picked up like basically the next best options there on Portland. Do the Clippers improve? Because all they traded away was like Eric Bledsoe and literally 2 guys I have no idea who they are. So in any roster that gets rid of Eric Bledsoe immediately improves.
Man. Oh, I would love to start this. But
I think we improved. We improved a lot. We even got. I like DiVincenzo.
I like that pickup too.
Chenzel, that dude Dante, he's pretty good.
Cool knows how to say it. Cool knows that he tells me all the time. How do I
It's
say
Dante
it?
DiVincenzo, isn't it?
Yes.
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
Thank
So
you. Okay.
Senzo.
I like that. I think the Clippers actually won out of the trade. I mean, the Kings, they got a cool little piece. Detroit got a cool little piece out the deal. Like the Bucks, I mean, they came up with getting Serge because I mean, honestly, Serge wasn't really doing what he needed to do for us.
Right.
He was constantly injured, and he really didn't reach. He didn't really do what we needed him to do. And also, he came here for Kawhi. Kawhi's not there. He's probably not happy. Paul George, he's not really like that. Like he's, ship him somewhere where he can have a chance. He's a former champion. So give him a shot.
Real quick, everybody, Tyler Ingram is joining us. What's up, Tyler?
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
I know you're relieved. You didn't want to lose to Chicago during the trade deadline, and that's not basically that's what happened. Like y'all are just kind of waiting for everybody to get healthy. I know DeMar said that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
You said basically the same thing.
Yeah, I think a big thing is you don't want to ship out Patrick Williams, and that's what everyone wants. Everyone's looking at, wanting Patrick Williams included in the deal, and he's one of those young rising stars that if you trade him now, you might be kicking yourself down the road for that. So what the Bulls are doing is they stayed pat at the trade deadline. Look for them to be active in the buyout market, though. I expect them to pick one or two players up.
Okay, so speaking of the buyout market, the Spurs picked up Dragic today from the Raptors. Raptors received Eubanks and Young from the Spurs, and then a second-round pick from 2022. So, do the Spurs keep him, or do they figure something out in the buyout market? He's 35.
I don't know, but I'd take him on the Bulls. I'll say that.
I want us to keep him. I'm gonna be real. I want us to keep him. I think that's the one veteran we have on the team other than DeJounte. DeJounte's so young, but he's in his 5th season with us, so he's not brand new or anything like that. But he's just a deadly shooter. And there's not a whole lot. He has that experience, and it can't be really like it's in you. It's not on you. You know what I mean? And Dragic got that.
Yep.
We don't need him forever. We just need him for a couple of seasons. We just need him to get us into the play-in tournament right now.
I gotcha.
We're
battling.
Megan, I don't really understand the buyout market, to be honest with you. So maybe one of y'all can break it down a little bit because I don't really understand it.
So I know for the next few days, they'll be able to move people that they plan to buy out. I thought the Mavericks were going to pick up Dragic. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. But then the Mavericks traded Porzingis to the Wizards. We saw that happen. Montrezl Harrell ended up going over to the Mavs, which I think is big for them.
Spencer Dinwiddie went to the Mavs.
Right. Who went to the Mavs for Porzingis? What was the switch?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer
Dinwiddie.
And Dinwiddie. And Bertans.
Yeah.
Okay, Bertans.
Yeah, Bertans.
Okay, Bertans is a former Spur. His heyday, he's past it.
Gone.
He needs to hang it up. And I'm just being real. Like he did pretty well last season. He did more than he didn't do well. He did more than was expected of him. And so it looks good. But he's old. And it's time. Move him to the broadcast booth because he loves the Spurs. We'll take him back in the broadcast booth. It's time. But Dinwiddie, I think, can make a huge difference over at the Mavs because they are short Hardaway Jr. with that broken foot. He had surgery on his foot last week, and there is no timeline on his return. Dinwiddie was pretty cold there in Brooklyn before he hurt his knee and all that. So I think whether Washington was the right spot or not really is irrelevant at this point. He's in Dallas.
Yep. 100%.
Megan, really quick, if I can emphasize on the buyout market to JJ's question.
Mm-hmm.
So the buyout market basically is now that free agency is pretty much done. There are several players who are on expiring contracts and that were on the market. You know what I mean? So guys who this is the last year of their contract, they didn't get traded, they can now negotiate an early release. But they only have until March 1st to either get waived or retain
If they don't get waived, then they retain their playoff eligibility.
Yeah, and it's got to be mutual. It's got to be
Right.
mutual between the player and the franchise.
Okay, so I
Association.
got it. So like, okay, so if a guy was, if a player wanted, if he player says he gets an early release, he pretty much can't play for the rest of the year.
Exactly. He can play for the rest of the regular season, but if that team makes the playoffs, he is not eligible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We also saw Derek White get traded from the Spurs to Boston. The Spurs received Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford and a first-round pick. So it's not like we're not going to have a first-round pick if we decide to keep Dragic. We will have the Celtics first-round pick. So what do y'all think about that trade? Personally, I felt like it was between Lonnie Walker or Derek White. We owed Derek White $40 million. And we had to decide who we were going to pay. And I think we went, obviously we went with Lonnie Walker. But what are y'all's opinions on it?
Well, I think Lonnie Walker, honestly, I would rather hold on to Lonnie Walker anyway in San Antonio's shoes. And it's the contract, it's the availability of Derek White. Like, I think that's probably the wisest move. And like you said, the 4-year, $40 million that helps San Antonio have a leverage move, even after the season, going into free agency as well.
Absolutely.
I agree 100%.
I like the Romeo Langford to the Spurs because I mean, he reminds me of like a Brandon Jennings, whereas like he may not be the most like give you 25 points every single night, but he can give you that 10 to 15, then occasionally break out to that 25, 30. He just needs more opportunity. He wasn't going to get it out in Boston, and he'll get a chance to try to showcase it, now that he's in San Antonio.
So that, I guess that's my question to Megan. Is he going to get that opportunity to have those minutes and get those points?
It just depends. We have a pretty deep bench. I'm happy with what the Spurs have going on. And if we actually do throw Dragic in the mix of that, I felt like that was the perfect spice that we needed to get us going on a win streak. I like that young core that we have. And like when I look at teams that aren't doing well and they're struggling and they're going through things, they're older. We're not the Lakers. We're not those other teams that are put together and they're older and they're going through their problems. We're young and we're figuring it out because obviously we got an all-star in there, like he didn't make it first string and he had to go in and fill in for somebody else. But we all know what DeJounte's doing. And there's a couple other pieces. Jakob Poeltl, we turned down the Bulls because they wanted Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah,
we turned him down. And he came with DeMar from Portland or from Toronto. And then we add Dragic there too. Like I love that. I love that mix. Like I don't think we need to do much else. Oh, and Zach Collins played his first game in like 537 days last week. So I want to see what we got. I think Zach Collins has something going for himself too. So
yeah, he does.
I want to see him healthy, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I have some thoughts about the trade, mainly about Josh Richardson. Ever since he came over to Philadelphia from the Miami Heat in the Jimmy Butler sign and trade, he started his career off really good. He was a player that, he got better every year. But ever since he came to Philadelphia, and then he went to Dallas after that, and then he went to the Celtics, he has gotten worse every single year. So, yeah, don't really love it for the Spurs, to be honest.
I don't think we did this trade in order to acquire Josh Richardson. I think we did this trade to decide between Lonnie and Derek. So I think we achieved.
I understand that.
I think I said. I think. Oh, sorry, Will. Go ahead.
No, you're
go ahead,
good.
Will.
You're good. No,
I was just gonna say it sets them up too. Like San Antonio doesn't have expectations to make a deep playoff run. No offense, Megan. It's just realism, right?
Right.
But what they can do is they can go out in free agency and they could put someone next to Murray. That's what they can do.
Right.
So that's what. So I think the leverage. I think it's a leverage move for San Antonio. That's what I think it is.
If the Spurs have teams that are saying they want, if teams are trying to buy out Josh Richardson and I was the Spurs, I would be like, you guys can have him. Straight up. That's what I would say.
Like Houston did with Enes Kanter.
Hey, Jen.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jen. Tell the Popo to hold up
You mean
on
Edith's
ushering
freedom.
Ben Simmons out of
Oh, no,
Philadelphia.
it's not her. It's not her.
Oh, it's
That's
not her?
not me.
Oh,
I'm
must be
inside the pool
JJ.
area.
That's me. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
I thought it was
saying-
got cops coming for
course
sideline
it's
sports for
him.
being on fire today.
Okay.
JJ's
As long
under
as you
arrest
are.
for saying James Harden's Ben Simmons
Can I
2.0.
say something real quick?
Hey, can
Go ahead, John.
no, go ahead. Well, I'll go after you.
It's a really interesting thing. Boston's just guard heavy. Josh Richardson, like James said, has gone just down after leaving Miami. But there was actually reports that the Hornets were trying to get Jakob Poeltl too, but you guys denied those too. We were going to trade, I think, PJ Washington and actually your Texas boy, Kai Jones, but no.
I mean, I would have loved to pick up Kai Jones, but ever since I was been critical of Jakob on his scoring, he stepped it up in the last 3 weeks.
I think he heard you. He probably heard you. I'm
I
not
think he's
sure.
listening to
I
you.
called him. I was like, you know what? I
Yo,
need you to
boy,
step up the
pick it
game.
up.
Plus,
He brings a lot to the stat line besides points. Like he brings
He
the block,
does.
the rebounds. Like he's a big presence in the lane.
Yes, he
and
does.
he just really started bringing it with the points too, and kind of just matching that energy. So thankful that he picked that up, and then for Zach to be healthy too. You know, we got a backup that actually has a presence right there as well. He's 7 foot. We just need him to be healthy. That's it. And I just want to shout out what Zach had to say about the Spurs medical staff. He said that he never felt rushed. He never felt like he had to do anything before he was ready as far as playing. And they did everything they could to make sure he was healthy before he stepped on the court. It's a big fuck you to Kawhi.
Exactly what I was thinking. I was like, fuck you, Kawhi Leonard, and your
I had to
bullshit.
slide that in real quick. Y'all know I hate Kawhi.
Will,
Free
I'm not
Kawhi.
used
A
to
lot of
hearing you
Kawhi.
drop the F-bomb, dude.
Damn.
Well, fuck Kawhi.
No love for Kawhi. No love for Kawhi from
No,
Megan.
fuck Kawhi.
Never.
Listen,
Okay,
Megan
so-
don't like Kawhi Leonard. She don't like Derek Fisher. I'm
Derek
listen, if you
She
ever
don't like
get
Kyrie
on-
Irving.
She don't like if you ever get
No.
on Queen of
Kyrie
Hoops
doesn't.
bad list.
Kyrie, I don't dislike him. He just bothers me.
Andy Dalton.
I dislike
Andy
Kyrie.
The red
I
rifle,
dislike Kyrie.
more like the red pistol.
Listen, you get
I
on Megan's
hate-
shit list, it's over. Just
It is over.
Let's
It ain't
go hard.
over.
I also like. I'm not a big fan of Jaquan's favorite player on the Nets. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Kevin
Ben
Durant.
Simmons is your new favorite player
Yeah.
on the Nets.
How do you not
We
like
had this
Kevin Durant?
conversation.
How do you not like
He
Kevin
bugs.
Durant?
He bugs. He's
Joseph
good.
Jenkins
He
also
bugs.
doesn't like Kevin Durant.
He bugs.
Okay.
He's somewhat dirty.
First
I
of
don't like
all-
dirty players. It's the epitome.
How is he a dirty player?
I don't like it when guys kick other guys. I think it's
Wait.
wrong.
Who's a
It's
dirty player?
Draymond Green, not Kevin Durant.
Nah, he's done it too.
Who's a
He's
dirty
done
player?
it too.
KD?
Katie's done
I've
it
never seen
Hi,
KD.
KD and
dirty.
Kevin
When did
Durant
he
and
kick
I think
somebody? I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty
Durant's
sure.
Kevin Durant's either
I may be
32 or
wrong. I'll
33.
Google it, but I may be
The
wrong.
best active scorer in the
But I'm
game
pretty
is
sure.
dirty.
Okay, I will say about
No,
KD,
no.
He has a bit of a troll personality, and he needs some lotion. He desperate and a
He
weight
ashy.
brush.
That
What that got to
boy
do with his
Weight
hooping,
brush.
Megan? What that
He
got to
needs
do with
some
his hooping?
That
lotion, and he
boy
needs to leave Twitter
ashy.
alone.
All his life.
Hey,
Hold on, but to Kevin Durant's point, I think Kevin Durant and my brother are the same age, so I think they're 33. Because when I did meet him, we both were in high school, and so
Mhm.
I remember, and that was the story because we
Oh,
played him.
right. Tell us the story.
We played him in high school. He bust 60 on my brother.
Oh,
I was
no.
pissed. He came to get something from the concession stand, and I said, "Bro, I don't like you. I don't want nothing to do with you. If you want some food, you can go talk to her." And I walked away, literally just straight
Look
up.
around.
damn.
All because he was a better man that day.
He busted my brother, and I took it personal. Okay.
Wow.
And he took that person.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just
Love
Googled
it.
it. KD kicks players too.
Oh,
I
wait,
just
can I
Googled it.
can I say something real quick?
Go
What
ahead.
player he
Go ahead,
kicked?
bro.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Insert the I take
Player
offense
probably
to-
deserved it.
insert the I take offense to that Jordan meme.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Hold your phone
so
up to the
we've
screen,
taken
Jen.
so long on the trade deadline, but you know what? It's always something.
I
new
can't
whenever
see
this happens.
anything.
It's okay. We're
It's
gonna
just
bump
a
some of these
shiny light.
topics.
Somebody asked the question: how do you stop the new Nets' big three? Ben Simmons, Kyrie, and KD.
Oh, Ben
Bottle of
Simmons.
lotion, a vaccine card,
I'll
and the free
text it
throw
to you.
line.
Hey,
Or
Megan,
either one.
Megan,
Either one
can I
works.
ask a
Wah,
question?
wah, wah,
Can I ask
wah.
a question real quick,
Go
Megan?
ahead. No, go ahead.
And I'm asking directly to the Sixers fans.
Sure.
If this saga never happened, would you still have ran with Ben Simmons, or would you have wanted James Harden if they said, I wanted James Harden for Ben Simmons? Like, if he was healthy and playing with you guys, would you
Hell
have
yeah.
still wanted to make the move?
Yes.
Because Ben Simmons still cost us a trip to Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
In a crucial, pivotal moment of the game, passing the ball when he had a wide open dunk. That
Yes.
play
Called
still
him the
happened.
third wheel.
Yes. I would still, if Ben Simmons was 100% healthy, had no issues, and there was an opportunity to get James Harden, I would still say give me James Harden.
Harden's an all-around better player than Simmons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ben Simmons
he
is 100% healthy. He just lied about his
defense
mental health.
either. He don't
Yeah.
play defense.
Okay. We're gonna do the sip-off player of the week real quick before we go. Now we weren't able to hit up the NCAA breakdown, but guys,
Oh, hold
this
on.
is
I
the
did
time-
have one thing to say about that though. One
What?
thing that I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
Pour one out for UConn's winning streak in conference. It
Oh,
ended.
shut up.
Villanova, right?
Hold on.
This
UConn
guy.
girls women's streak.
Villanova
Oh,
making
you're
Philly
right.
proud, boy.
So I just
They're
wanted to
struggling.
shout out. They had got the streak to like some astronomical number,
135 or something like
146
that.
games in a row.
They lost the best player in the league.
So shout out to
Don't
it.
remind me.
Hats off to
Okay, hold
Villanova
on.
for what they're able to do. I hate Villanova. I'll never like Villanova.
Screw Villanova.
Just,
But
why y'all gotta hate
Go
on
Wild
Okay,
that?
real quick. We're gonna talk about best player in the league at the moment. Now, yes, Paige is hurt. We all know the hype with Paige, but someone else to talk about. Actually, a few others to talk about. We got Caitlin Clark tonight, who is the sip-off player of the week. She's a 6-foot guard. She plays for Iowa. She's a sophomore, and these are her 2021, 2022 averages. She's at 27.6 points per game. She's in first in scoring in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's at 8.2 rebounds. She's at 101st. She's at 8.1 assists, also first in the league. And her field goal percentage is 45.9, which is at 117th. Right behind her is Delaware's Jasmine Dickey, who scored 52 points and 18 rebounds last Friday against Charleston. She's at second in leading in points, and she gets 25.6 per game. Ioka Lee for K-State, she's putting up 24 per game. And then Sierra Hooks for Ohio is putting up 23.4. And then Daisha Fair for Buffalo is putting up 22.8. So if you're not watching women's ball, those are a couple of names to pick up on right there. Caitlin Clark is last night she put up 32, 6, and 8 against Minnesota, and that was her 20th career 30-point game. She's the first D1 player in 20 seasons to have 45 points and 10 assists. So real quick before we go, we're going to watch the highlights from that 45 and 10 assists. And
Can I say something after the
ahead,
highlights are done? Or do you want me to wait till the highlights are done?
No, you can shoot it out right now.
Yeah, she's had an amazing 3-game stretch. She had a triple-double against Wisconsin. She had 46 and 10 against Michigan. She had 32, 8, and 6 against Minnesota. She actually, the cool thing is, I looked her up to see about her, and she did this last year. She had a great year last year too. Trae Young actually tweeted about her saying, in quotes, "Can't say nothing when it goes in 100. She's tough." Fire emojis. And she is also the first person in college basketball history to drop 30-point triple-doubles in consecutive games.
Come on.
Look at
And
guys
who
who could
said
have
this?
done that. Kareem, Jordan, got the first one. Insane.
That is insane. And now what NBA player said this about her?
Trae Young, can't say
Yeah.
nothing about it when it goes in 100. She's tough. Fire emoji. And I couldn't agree more, Trey. As much as I love Paige and I'm a UConn fan, Caitlin Clark is those two. I told this to Tyler last night. We were messaging. Those two are the future of the WNBA. Those two are going to be really bright spots. Whoever drafts them is going to be very happy.
Completely agree. Anybody else got something they want to say about Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, I think
about her. Sorry, go ahead, Tyler.
I'll be quick. Jen. Just that she's a dog. She is a dog. She goes out there and she gets her shot wherever she wants. She could pull up anywhere on the court. She's a dog. She's going to be good on any one of those 12 WNBA teams. She is a plug and play player. She's going to be good from the start as soon as she gets her footing in the WNBA and gets used to the tempo of the game. Yeah. But I love her. I think she is a great player. I think she is going to be a transcending star, and I think you're going to see her in multiple All-Star games throughout.
She's a guard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a 6-foot guard. So I mean, she's a tall chick.
I would say, after Jen, I want to say something too. I got you.
And they're already making a lot of comparisons, saying that she's pretty much the female version of Steph Curry. So
I can see it.
Crazy high praise. Like I was reading that a lot.
That's big.
I'm really surprised that Steph Curry has not endorsed her yet, just because of the level of difficulty.
His Under Armour brand has endorsed Azzy Fudd. So, I mean, he does have somebody that he sponsors. Azzy Fudd has had a great season as well. And she had like a record-breaking night for her night before last, before the loss. So, they still have some bright spots going on over there at UConn. Now, are they having a rough, abnormal season for them? Yes, but abnormal for them is not winning. So,
Yep.
Don't
remind me, Megan.
I do want to say about Caitlin Clark. I presented this to my cousin Kai at NC State because Kai is recognized as an elite defending guard. Right. I want to see NC State against this girl, and I honestly think with the way I see NC State play, Caitlin will have the toughest time of her life to get the points that she can because they guard from the outside in. They have inside presence with Kunane, so you can't just drive on them, and then they have perimeter defense, and they are stifling. So I would love to see
NC State is Caitlin really good
Clark,
this year.
And I want to see personally, my cousin matched up against her because I like Kai's defensive skills. I like Kai's hands. I like Kai's everything and how she's doing, and not just because she's my cousin, but because I love defense. I want to see that matchup.
Okay. That would be a good match.
And if Caitlin Clark drops 60 on her, Joe will see her and tell her not to talk to him ever again either, by the
way. Okay, so we're going to watch these highlights real quick, and then we will...
Yeah, he will not let her get any snacks from the nearest snack machine.
Yeah, Joe will be like, I'm sorry, we just closed. I'm sorry. What time is it? Oh,
he's going to shut out Caitlin Clark.
Time for you to get a watch.
Yeah, for real, bro.
I must.
You dang right.
Bro, she cold, though. She is literally cold.
Nah, she's a baller. She's a baller.
I'm just sad about my girl.
Hey, this looks like ESP. This looks like ESPN. This is awesome. This looks like ESPN. Everything's lined up on the side.
Hey, we can't say those.
It's better than ESPN.
We can't say those 4 letters. Don't you know the rules, JJ?
Sideline Sports Network.
Those dirty 3 or 4
Yeah, say those letters. Those words.
Up here, cursive.
SSN.
Hey, I like it.
This is SSN. I can't see nothing.
Jahan, I am scoring all this time right now.
Can you guys see anything?
I see you, Will.
Yeah, I see everybody on the screen. I don't see the video.
Oh, with it.
Megan, we can't see the video.
Huh?
We can't see the video.
Can't see the video.
Y'all can't see the video?
Nope. You can't see it. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Nope.
Dang, hold on, guys. I thought I was a producer.
All right, Denzel, you're funny.
Okay.
You gotta go to share screen and then
on
the tab.
Come on.
Hey,
Yeah, go to share screen and then click the tab.
I thought I did. My bad, guys. Okay.
This was awesome. I
Just
love
kidding.
this. This is awesome.
Yes, it is.
All right. There we
Oh
go.
yeah.
There
It's
we
like a
go.
projection. Look at that.
I love those uniforms, by the way.
Isn't that pink for breast cancer?
Breast cancer
Breast
awareness
cancer month is in October.
Right. But I thought because of Kay Yao and how she was such a transcendent coach in college women's basketball, when she passed because of breast cancer, they kind of made it like a universal thing.
I don't remember why they wore pink. Ballin'.
Ugh.
What are these? My high school highlights? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? Like she can get her own shot, just like Jonquel Jones can, for example, for the Connecticut Sun. Caitlin Clark can get her own shot.
She could pull up
Look
from
how far
anywhere.
back
It's like Steph Curry. It's like Donovan Mitchell. Like she can literally get her own shot.
Didn't they lose to Michigan in this game though?
Yes,
Yeah,
they did.
they lost. Michigan's a good team.
They are.
So where do y'all think she'll end up?
No,
It just depends on it depends on the draft.
Yeah, it
Like,
depends on the lottery. It depends who gets first or second pick.
Right.
I think it's one or two personally.
She's definitely gonna go top 2, but it's just
Yeah.
a question of
what teams get those picks.
What team gets those picks?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, what team get those picks? Yeah, definitely. So, thoughts on that? Or just what do y'all think as far as is she better than Paige, or do we got to wait until we see them both healthy at the same time?
Go ahead, Will.
As much as I hate it, I think she's a tad bit better than Paige. But I think they're both really fun, great young players to watch. And like I said, just look out for these two in the WNBA in the near future. I would say that they're both really good players. But like I just said, I know I'm repeating. Caitlin's got everything going for her. Like Tyler said, she can create her own shot. Paige can do certain things, but not as well as Caitlin Clark.
I feel like
I gotta be honest. I am shocked that Will just said that. We are talking about Paige,
Right,
Will's
we love
girlfriend. Yeah, Will loves Paige.
I feel like because
Okay, so let's take a shot,
I feel like
and then we decided that Ashley James kind of won the points tonight. He was the one that we're gonna go ahead and let get his own segment tonight. So 2 to 3 minutes, you get to talk about whatever you want to talk about, and the rest of it.
Good job, James.
Let's go, James.
Okay, I see
I
JT
get my own
Shiesty.
segment.
James
Yeah, okay.
Shiesty.
That's what they said.
Man, you guys put me on the spot. I wasn't prepared for this.
But you knew the format.
Okay, so yeah, I know, but I wasn't expecting to win.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, I have
Who do you
negative
got?
12 points.
He's
I
like,
have
we
negative
talked
12
about
points.
Harden.
who do you guys think is a better all-time player?
Oof.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh.
Oh man.
Easy.
I don't know.
Kareem.
I don't know.
Kareem. The sky
I don't
was
know,
unstoppable.
bro.
I don't know. I think I'm taking Wilt. I'm not kidding. I think I'm
are we
taking
talking
Wilt.
basketball player?
Oh, yeah,
or
I think I
overall
want to go Wilt Chamberlain easy.
If it's
I think I'm
overall
gonna go
athlete,
Wilt
it's got to be
Chamberlain easy, though.
Wilt. Yeah, if it's overall athlete, it's got to be Wilt. He was a professional
I got
volleyball player
Kareem.
after basketball.
I'm sorry. I got a Kareem.
His career averages are insane.
That skyhook is dang near unstoppable.
No, I agree.
Wilt's unstoppable.
But I'm just saying, Wilt, man, it just
100
Wilt.
points.
Yeah, that's Wilt.
Yeah.
100 points.
Yeah, and it's
The only
the consistency of Wilt too.
The
Like
only
Wilt
reason why I
didn't play
say
bad
that-
games.
The only reason I said it because when Wilt was playing, they still couldn't get past Bill Russell and the Celtics. So Bill Russell being 6'9",
yeah.
I think if you put a 7-foot Kareem, same defending type player, against him, his abilities would be a little bit different. Whereas Kareem, as a 12-foot skyhook, is basically unblockable. No matter
That's
how
a good
tall
question.
The question is who's better
It's a
off
really
the
good
court.
question.
The question is who's better off the court, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Well,
I thought you were talking about on the court.
I mean,
that's Will.
Bad boy,
all day.
bad.
You know what?
That's a bad
So
man.
another
We're
question.
gonna
That
end the
definitely
show
went
on
to the
that
left.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
that
had
was
to
real
bring
quick.
that up,
it's
Jen.
funny.
Megan.
Everybody,
I don't know if I believe that story. I'm just gonna say I don't know if I believe it.
What? Are you
Everybody give
kidding?
your shout outs. We're gonna start with James, and y'all go clockwise, and we'll go around.
What's the
Okay,
name?
so I'm going first.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say shout out to NBA Carousel on Monday nights, covering the Sixers there. Shout out to this show as well, when I could make it. Also, just like talking about everything going on in the world of basketball. And last but not least, shout out to the Four Horsemen and the Gauntlet. Tyler has been a huge part of our success. He's with us tonight. He's been doing a great job. Jay's been doing a great job in whatever press conferences we've been able to be a part of covering the Super Bowl. So we're going to have another exciting episode with some great guests on Saturday night and making our Super Bowl picks. So we hope to see you guys there, a part of the Sideline Sports Network on the Gauntlet. Shout out Unconventional Kings fan, Four Horsemen, Sucker Free TGC. See you guys next time.
What do you? I wish I could be on that show, man. I'm busy that night. Darn.
Go ahead, Cole.
I'm crying.
Well, shout out Sideline Sports Network, of course, where we're all part of. Shout out to Score No Score app. All right, we'll go ahead and throw that out there. Let some other people go a little bit into it, but I'll start that conversation. Shout out to the Play Callers Sports Talk Show. Check us out tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always interactive. We also have been talking to some people from the Super Bowl, and we're going to be having a couple of those snippets on as well. Some of the questions that we've been asked this week. So be prepared for that. And always follow us at Real Play Callers on Twitter.
All right, Joseph, you got any?
Dang, how do I follow up those two amazing people with all they got going on and stuff? And I'm just here. You know, I'm just happy to be here.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, we
I'm
are
happy to be here. I will be back on to these shows now that I have my phone, which I promise I will not break.
Don't come in an Uber. Don't break it.
If you do, I do
Sorry,
have
got a cold.
on Twitter. I'm on. I've shout out to Sideline Sports, especially with Mr. Eric Wilson, who I've been very much looking forward to actually getting on with and talking to, along with everyone else here. This is fun. I've been looking down and just, I literally stopped watching the Wizards game because I wanted to devote all this time to be with you guys. And so I was happy to do that. So.
Well, you guys are winning, so it's okay.
I need Kyrie to get a couple more points, and then we'll be all right.
Why?
Okay.
It's against your Wizards.
True.
Okay, Jen, you got any?
You guys are fun. Megan, thank you again for letting me come on and crash. I appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Jenna Cheryl. I'm affiliated with the NFL Carousel when we're going on Thursday nights. Obviously not right now. NBA Carousel and on Facebook and a couple of other places as well.
Miss you, friend.
I miss you too, Will. We need to get together. We got some shopping to
Shout
do.
out Jen, the producer.
Right.
Jen, the producer.
All right, Eric, your turn.
Oh, wow. First off, Queen, I'm blessed to be on this show. Thank you for having me back. You knew I had to be on here and I had to talk with all my Philly brothers. And, of course, my Chicago Sky brethren as well, Mr. Tyler Ingram. Listen, Monday nights, Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, the sports arena. Y'all already know. It has been amazing. Shout out to Will. Shout out to JJ. Y'all been, blowing up my messenger. Nah, for real, though, I'm going to get y'all on because I have some things I need to work on, that I need to get ready for. But Super Bowl this week has been crazy. Shout out to everybody at the Sideline Sports Network family. Yo, I've said it once and I'm going to continually say it. If you don't know these people, get to know them because you're going to be seeing them. And that's just real. And especially to the host of this show, I've been saying it for over a year now, and I'm going to keep saying it. Megan Price does great work. I could go over and over and over everything that she's accomplished in 1 year, and it would make heads spin. So I need y'all to understand something. Megan Price is bigger than what y'all are thinking she is. And when you sleep on her, you gonna miss her and regret not getting to know her on this level. Just
the
putting that out there.
hostess with the mostest.
So,
and when he says that, he's not talking about my head.
no, for real. All kidding aside, she has been one of the hardest working people. Like, she has even kept me in check sometimes when it comes to, making sure that we get stuff done. To everybody on the show, y'all already know you guys standing invitation. My goal is to put everybody on. If I got to do more shows and put y'all on, and you know what, let's talk about it. Let's make it happen. To my brother Cool, man, I'm excited for next season. I know what you have in the plans, and I'm thankful that you have included me to be a part of it. And like I said, if I can, you already know I'm there. Jahan, bruh, I need to get you, man, because I think you're gonna have some fun with us on the show. But
him and John would go at each other.
Oh, me and Jahan would have some fun. Last but not least, though, I do want to shout out my girl sitting. She is this way. My girl right here, Miss Jen Lewis. This woman, if y'all don't know, is an amazing, amazing person. So giving of her time and so much love for everybody. So Jen, thank you so much for everything that you do. I know I'm taking up all your time, Megan, but I'm my thing with 2022, and as I tell people, my thing is I'm giving everybody their flowers, and y'all need to know, like, this is not just what you see on camera. There's a lot of stuff that we do that makes Sideline Sports Network what it is. But many blessings. Thank you. Okay, I need to change now. I got to, it's a hydrate break because I got to go get some sleep. Because 6 o'clock will be here before I wanted to. But I love y'all. And again, much love to everybody. NBA Carousel, Alex Fleming's NFL Carousel. I'm sorry, Megan Price's NBA Carousel, Alex Fleming's NFL Carousel, The Sip Off, hosted, produces, and created by Megan Price, Sideline Sports Network, the flagship show on Tuesdays, and then, of course, my baby, the Sports Arena, Monday, Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Y'all come check us out.
For sure. All right, Will, your turn.
Much love to everyone. My sister, Jen, from Buzz City, right down the road. Like Eric said, real quick, I've known Jen for years. I actually met Jen at a Hornets game, and I'm blessed she's in my life. She's like another mom to me. She's like the greatest thing ever. And I'm blessed to have her as a great friend and someone I can always rely on. And she was the one who brought me into this family, and I love this family, each and every one of you, and everyone who's not on the show tonight. I love you as well. Don't forget that. Also, I want to shout out the NBA Carousel. I'll be covering the Charlotte Hornets or the Utah Jazz. This week, I'll be covering the Utah Jazz because the Hornets do not like to win right now, unfortunately. Thursday nights, you can catch me on the Sip Off. Always a fun time with everyone who's on it. You got my Tar Heel brother, Jahan Phillips. Got AB, and you got Megan Price. And then Saturday nights, I'm occasionally on the Gauntlet. Unfortunately, I will not be there for the Super Bowl pick because I'm going to the Hornets Grizzlies. But I do got the Rams by 10, and that's it.
All right, Tyler, last but not least.
So I'm going to go quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go quick, but I'm going to address Cool's point too. So the Score No Score app, anyone that is watching this, you download the app, the Score No Score. You can play it during the Super Bowl. Basically, each possession, you can see whether they're going to score or not. And they do come with a certain amount of coins. You can buy coins and get more coins, but it does come with a populated amount of coins. So definitely check out that app. Like my man, Philly Jim, JT Shiesty up there said, you can catch us on the Gauntlet on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night, you guys can catch me on Cage Ragers with my homie Jahan up there. We're going to break down the UFC. We're going to break down the UFC 271 card. We're going to give you the predictions on it, what to expect after. And then you guys can also catch me on the NBA Carousel and on the Sip Off as well.
Are y'all going to talk about Clarissa's fight? Sum it up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll be talking about Clarissa.
Co-host, y'all got any shout outs? You're muted.
Just, shout out to everybody that came on tonight. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. your boy James Shiesty, JT Shiesty. Congratulations on your minutes of fame. You know me, Jahan Phillips everywhere, part-time public figure.
Oh God.
Catch me Thursday nights here. Catch me tomorrow night, Cage Rangers. Eric, I'm on that invitation. We're gonna get together, brother, because I appreciate your mind and your talent. Mr. Cool McCain, always a pleasure, even though we hardly agree sometimes. But it's all love always. Welcome back, JJ Dynamite himself. Jen, Skyline Jen, Uptown Jen.
Right.
Will, thank you for coming on. Jay
No
Nelson,
nickname.
Unconventional King.
Oh,
Nelly
no.
Bell, King for 3.
No, you dropping the unconventional kings too.
You know,
Man, we out.
Marshall
Unconventional King stand for life.
You know,